What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/ChoosingBeggars. This story's called Choosing Beggar Couple Breaks Into My Backyard on 2 Separate Occasions. Sorry this is so long. It's a story that involves a choosing beggar couple with an incident involving them individually a week apart. It was mid-morning and I had just woken up to start getting ready for work. Got my cup of tea, booted up the Xbox so I can listen to r/ as I took my sweet time waking up. I was halfway through my first cuppa when I started hearing an odd grunting coming from my backyard. I quickly rolled up my blinds, one of my bedroom faces my backyard, to see a random guy trying to unscrew and pry the lock off of my garage door. Instantly called the police, telling them that someone was attempting to break into my garage. A few minutes later, the cops arrived and approached the man as he was still trying to get into my garage. I had my window open so I could communicate with them while remaining safe in my house, as one of the cops suggested, in case the man became hostile, because they recognized him to be one of the homeless people that's constantly in and out of jail. The exchange went as such.
"Hey, buddy,"
the cop knew him by name.
"can you put down the screwdriver real quick and come talk with me over here?"
"Oh, hi, officer. Long time no see. How's it hanging?"
"I'm fine. Would you mind telling me why you are trespassing on this woman's property and trying to break into her garage? And do not tell me you didn't see the no trespassing sign on the gate."
"Oh, I saw the sign, but I need to get my stuff out."
The guy had made a small hole at the bottom of a wall to stash his drugs in my garage the week prior when I was at work late, and now couldn't retrieve them because he couldn't reach them. So naturally, he had to bust the lock to get in. Cop 2 got the keys for me so they can confiscate the drugs, as Cop 1 placed the man in cuffs and asked him why he thought that was a good idea. Homeless dude looked him straight in the eyes and said,
"Well, I knocked on the door and no one answered."
Cop 1 shook his head, put homeless dude in the back of his squad car, made his report, made sure I was okay, and left me to continue getting ready for work. The story's done, right? Nope. A week later, I had a day off and was fixing some shelves in my kitchen when I hear my dogs going nuts in my backyard. I had the back door open because I was home and thought it'd be nice for the puppers to be able to run in and out as they please, plus it was a nice day for Texas in June. I ignored it at first, thinking they were barking at my neighbor's German Shepherd, since I heard him barking as well, when I suddenly hear a woman yelling at my dogs to shut up. I stop what I'm doing and run out my back door to see what was going on, since I didn't recognize the voice as any of my neighbors. Turns out, my dog is barking at a woman, homeless woman, that was currently wheeling her broken bike in my yard. I look at my now open gate behind her and see the lock cut and on the ground. I put a new lock on the gate after homeless dude. I promptly asked who the hell she was and what in her right mind gave her the idea that she can come in my backyard like she owned it.
"Can you put your freaking dogs up before they attack me?"
I have 2 adorable floppy ear basset hounds that are more likely to kiss you to death. My dogs are fully in their right to be in their yard and bark at a stranger that's trespassing.
"Whatever. My boyfriend left some stuff here, so I came to get it."
I was confused. Excuse me?
"My boyfriend is in jail now and asked me to get the stuff he left in the garage."
It dawned on me. She was homeless dude's girlfriend. Clearly, when he spoke with her, he forgot that the cops had already removed whatever he had stashed when they arrested him. I informed her about the events and told her she needs to leave before I call the cops on her next for trespassing. She was oddly calm out of nowhere.
"Okay, but first, do you have a pair of shoes I can use? Mine broke because my bike doesn't have brakes and I literally almost died."
She held up a broken pair of flip-flops. I was beyond pissed at this point and was in utter shock at her that she could ask such a ridiculous question. "No!" I snapped. "You break into my yard, tell me to put my dogs up. Your boyfriend not only created a hole in my garage wall that I had to fix
because he stashed his drugs on my property. And now you think I'm just gonna give you a pair of my shoes because your dumbass wore flip-flops while riding a bike? Well, you don't have to be rude about it. Besides, my boyfriend is in jail because of you, and you owe me. Also, I have epilepsy, so you have to let me sit here for 5 minutes because I almost died riding my bike that has no brakes.
I doubt she actually had epilepsy. I had enough and called the officer that arrested homeless dude. He had given me his number in case of one of homeless dude's friends came around. Boy, he called it. As soon as she heard me put Cop 1 on speaker, she takes off running out of my yard and down the street. I give a description of her, so an official report is given. I have since replaced the new lock on my gate and added a second lock on my garage door. It boggles my mind the logic some people have to think that they can do what they want. Yeah, that's really disturbing that people just casually stash drugs in other people's property. I can only imagine being a woman who lives alone, I'm assuming, and seeing a dude trying to freaking get into her garage just so nonchalantly. That is not okay. This story's called Scumbag Dog Owner. Years ago, a friend of mine got a puppy because his new girlfriend loves dogs. It was a golden retriever, so a generally easy to train dog that's food motivated and a pretty fast learner. He asks if I can watch his dog for a weekend, give or take a few days, because he didn't know how long he'd be out of town visiting his ailing grandmother. I agree and ask about the type of food the dog eats. Table scraps. I ask, what kind of dog food? Table scraps. He eats what I eat. This schlong doesn't even have dog food. He says he feeds the dog canned army surplus chili routinely because he gets 10 cans for $1. I tell him he's going to kill this dog and try to explain about the dog's diet. He agrees to get the dog on regular dog food, but he also sounds like he's not actually gonna do it. The day comes and he drops off this huge fat-ass puppy that farts like crazy and makes this weird noise when it breathes too hard. I basically rip my friend a new booty hole for being a crap dog owner. He leaves and says, I'm gonna get him on good dog food, we're gonna walk him when girlfriend moves in, and blah 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 blah. Trailed off into bullcrap about being busy with work and depression and other excuses. He later texts me and says the dog isn't house trained. Yeah, thanks for the heads up, cooter face. I figured that out when the dog took a massive chili stank deuce in my bedroom and pissed all over the kitchen. He then asked me to get the dog some toys, start the dog on a pretty expensive dog food, Beneful if I recall, because he did some research and it's the best. Bullcrap, he saw a commercial on TV, and try to house train him before he comes home. I think this butthole planned it to have me train his dog and pay for toys because he's lazy as crap and cheap. Well, while he's gone, friend's new girlfriend dumps his ass because he was stupid enough to post check-ins on Facebook and make comments about having a great time reconnecting with an ex in his hometown. Might not have been too bad until he said something like, a couple more beers and I think she'll be ripe for the picking, as some dumb crap about planning to bang her. And now I'm even more pissed because I was told he was gonna visit his grandmother and help her pack and move into some assisted living place. He's checking in at places 2,000 miles from where his grandmother lives. So, the girlfriend dumps him, and now that the girlfriend isn't around, he has no need for a dog. The weekend, give or take a few days, ended up being 2 years. After 2 weeks, I called. No answer. Texted asking when he was coming home. No answer. He basically ignored me for 2 years. 2 years later, the phone rings. It's him acting like we're best friends. It's like we'd been buddy-buddy and nothing ever happened. It's an awkward conversation, like he's talking just to talk and doesn't really give a crap about catching up. I figure he's gonna ask for the dog. Nope, we end the conversation and that's it. He calls a few more times over the next couple of weeks, and I think maybe he's really trying to reconnect. By now, I really don't even want to though.
On the 4th or 5th call, it happens. He tells me he wants his dog back. Then come a few waves of choosing beggar level bullcrap. I get pissed about the grandma lies, ignoring me, ditching the dog, and just being an all-around poohead. I flat out tell him to drop dead. He gives me this sob story about how I kept the dog from him for 2 years, and now all he wants is a chance to cuddle some fluffy love. I tell him to drop dead again. He tells me his girlfriend loves dogs, and I'm denying her a chance to have fluffy love. I assume fluffy love is what his dim-witted girlfriend called pet ownership. I tell him to drop dead. Finally, he pulled out the old, "It's really for the baby. No kid should grow up without a pet. Would you really deny a child the chance to grow up with a loving dog?" I tell him I don't give a frick, and he's not getting the dog, so he can destroy him with canned chili and neglect. He demands $1,500, saying that's what he paid. I know he paid $800. I tell him he owes me $3,600 for a hip operation for the dog, as well as general vet visits, shots, toys, food, collars, leashes, grooming, etc. He tells me to step off and says he's going to sue. Fine, go ahead. Not surprisingly, I never hear anything else about it. I'm sure this fits in r/I am a total piece of crap as well as r/trashy. But I thought it would fit here too, since he expected all this free work, training, paying for toys, paying for food, exercising to get the dog back in shape, etc. I'm proud to report that friend hasn't made contact in several years. Buddy is almost 10 years old, in good shape, and super happy. Wow, 10 years. That's such a cute little story to have for meeting your dog. Aw. Chili farts, that's disgusting. Also, PSA, don't buy a dog unless you fully intend to taking care of it and all that taking care of it implies. Alright, this story's called Free Gift Wrapping Isn't Pretty Enough. I used to work for an independent family-owned toy store in a fairly affluent area. We did really heavy business on Saturdays because of birthday parties. We had lots of regulars who would swing by on the way to the party to pick up a toy and take advantage of our free gift wrap service. We offered colorful, gender-neutral fish pattern paper, but no ribbons or bows because it would usually come off when the gift was bagged. We had bows for purchase if the customer wanted one, usually between $1 to $3 per bow. It's a typical Saturday around 11 a.m. and the place is packed. It's a tiny store. We have 2 registers. Both are open, but the line still has about 5 people in it. Everyone's pretty chill though. I'm behind the counter doing the gift wrapping. After a year or so at this job, I'd gotten pretty fast. We wanted good quality on the wrapping, but we wanted to get the line moving just as much, so speed was essential. I don't remember what this older Karen bought, but it was for a baby shower. She has already paid for her item and has stepped aside to wait for me to gift wrap. The toy was in a box with an open-angled front, I do recall, so not the most even thing to wrap. I do my best. There's no holes, no great lumps, no tape showing. Just for fun, let's count the number of times I say free. I go to hand it to her and she says, "Where's the girl paper?" This is the paper we have for our free gift wrap service. During this exchange, another 2 items have appeared on the counter to be wrapped for other customers. "It's for a baby shower." Me, annoyed but trying to be polite. "Yes, ma'am, this is our free paper we offer as a courtesy. We have some other options of gift wrap for purchase. If you'd like to buy one of those, I'd be happy to wrap it for you again." Not supposed to do that, but I really was trying to be nice. "I'm not standing in that line again." Another employee has begun wrapping the other gifts behind me. "Can't you do it better?" Blinking rapidly. "Sure, ma'am." I begin taking off the paper. What a waste! And I pull a new piece off the roll. I have to share the space with the other worker who is helping to keep up with the line, and our counter is tiny, but I manage. "You don't have a box?" "No, ma'am. We don't offer boxes as part of our free 3 gift wrap." I finish the second wrap and again try to hand her the gift. Somehow still smiling. Karen points to the paper. "See how this side sticks up? I don't like that."
I only say something because the child's grandmother will be there and I want the gift to be pretty. Is the gift for the grandmother or the baby? Ma'am, I really can't do anything about that due to the shape of the box and the shape of the toy. We do have gift bags for sale if you would like. I could put some tissue in it for you. Again, not really supposed to do that, but we always have tissue paper behind the counter. No, it's fine. Just fix this side. I'll wrap it for free for one more time. At this point, the cashier, who is my boss and the owner of the store, turns to me and says,
Don't wrap it again. You're done.
He turns to the lady and says,
We gift wrap for free. 5, not for show. Take it or return it.
She took it, red-faced and mumbling about how she probably shouldn't have made a stink about something free. Hey, at least she learned from it. Good thing she admitted her mistake. That's actually really good. Good job, Karen. I'm proud of you. This story's called, There is no such thing as a $5 custom pattern. I studied fashion design. There are entitled people who think they can exploit this. Once, a total stranger contacted me, asking if I could make her a pattern for a dress she would sew herself. She wanted a pattern made from scratch, custom fitted to her body, and from the description she gave me, it wasn't a simple style in the least. I have the skill set to do that, but it's a lot more work than people realize. Professional pattern makers often make more money than fashion designers because it's a specialized skill, and very few people are good at it. My pattern making professor used to charge clothing companies $5,000 a pattern. She offered me $5 for what would have been several days' work. I politely explained what custom patterns cost in the real world. She got snotty with me. Blocked. You want a cheap pattern? Go to the fabric store like a normal human being. Warning, most of the patterns cost at least $10 these days. That's interesting. I never would have thought of pattern designers or pattern makers, pattern creators, patterners, making more than fashion designers. I didn't even realize that was a job. I just assumed that the designers did everything, other than the manufacturing maybe. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.